Let's go ahead and stir the pot a little, shall we? Last Friday, 10 minutes before dismissal time, I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate, and other people saying this was completely fine, there was nothing wrong with what I was doing, and people were just making it weird. So of course I had to bring this issue to the big stage. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school, and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video, and I was one of the ones being...
All right, let me pause it right here. Pretty sure most of you guys have probably seen this situation where this teacher basically got in trouble and got fired, okay, for having his female students disassemble his hair in class, okay? A lot of parents were outraged and complained, ultimately causing this man to lose his job. I know the video probably was a little bit low at the beginning. I know I got music on it as well, but the reason this video is low is because his video is low. It's very, very low. It's hard to hear, but he was basically just describing the situation that happened and the fact that he didn't have time to take it down because of some promotion or something they had going on, and he needed to take it out before his hair appointment, blah, 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 blah. And then he responds here in this video about after he got fired, just kind of describing, you know, some of the things that the students were writing messages to him, you know, now that he lost his job. I want to give my thoughts and opinions. A lot of people have been back and forth on it and giving their commentary, and some people believe that he was wrong or he shouldn't have did it. Some people believe they saw nothing wrong, and I just want to give my take on it. You guys can also leave your comments down in the comment section whether or not you believe so. But let me welcome everybody back to the channel. Welcome back. Much love, peace, blessings to everybody checking into the video. I'm getting Mike, and if you're new to the channel, man, I invite you to subscribe. Okay, if you've been here before, do me a favor and smack that like button for this type of content if you want to see it. If you'd like me to cover these type of stories on this channel, we are going to start covering more stories now. We're going to also still talk about boxing as well. We're going to have some boxing content. We're going to mix in some commentary, criticism type of videos. And in this particular video, this teacher, you know, which probably is a good teacher, okay, probably a really good teacher. The students seem to be very fond of him. But in this situation, he basically, you know, did something that I guess a lot of parents thought wasn't a good idea. And I'm pretty sure you guys can't hear him talking, but I just kind of wanted to talk over it a little bit and just give my thoughts on it. Is this something that's probably super bad? I would say no. It's probably not something that's super bad, but I would say this. In my personal opinion, I understand why he got in trouble for it. I don't think it is appropriate at all, in my personal opinion. And the reason why I'm going to say that I think is inappropriate is because these are minors. Okay, these are young girls at a school. I don't see any boys taking his hair out. That's first. I don't see any young men helping to take his hair out. So we can't just say, you know what I'm saying, these are just students. Okay, these are female students. Okay, all of these students that are taking his hair out are young females. Anybody that knows anything in our community about doing hair, obviously y'all know I know something about getting hair done, right? I have long hair. And anytime you have a woman doing your hair, okay, whether we want to believe it or not, it's a very, very, how can I say, it's a situation that's a little bit affectionate, if that makes sense. Getting your hair done, in a sense, is a little bit affectionate. Whether you think so, you agree or not, it is, okay? And I know most brothers in the hood get their hair done by the women or the women that they like or want to hit or whatever. But whenever a woman does your hair, it's very, very intimate for her to touch on your scalp, do your hair, boom, 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 take care of you. It's a very, very touchy situation. And although this brother probably didn't mean any harm by doing so, you have to understand that these are young girls who have parents. And a lot of times the parents in this situation are not going to be too fond of them sending their daughter to school to do that. Okay, this is a touchy situation. I know a lot of people gonna say, well, he didn't do anything wrong, or it was an innocence and all of that stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I think as a brother, as us with this skin complexion, being around children this day and age, with all the stuff that takes place that shouldn't take place, all of the crimes against children and young adults, I think this is one of them situations you got to be extremely careful with. You can't fool around when it comes to students. You can't fool around when it comes down to underage people. And I think, in my personal opinion, this is something that he should have been aware of, to begin, to start off with. He should have known this going into it.
STEM fair presentations. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM fair projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun, play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. And during that time, my team would help me take my hair out. A couple of these were students from my class, but others were students from other classes. I would always them at
So when it comes down to having some free time, right? He's allowing them to, help him out. It was the end of the class. It was the end of the day. They basically had some free time. Man, there's so many other things you can do with free time when it comes to your students. You can have them play little games, little computer games, trivia. There's just so many different things you can do in the classroom setting than to have them, taking your hair out, doing your hair. I mean, I think that's a bit much in my opinion. And the reason why I say that is because those are people's daughters. Okay, those are underage. If they were adults and you were a college professor, right? And you were, you had young women that were over the age of 18, and you was finished with your lesson for the day, and they didn't have stuff to do, and they wanted to help you out. I mean, cool, man. But these are some underage, and I think in this day and age, I think you gotta be extremely, extremely careful with that type of thing, and I think that's something that he should understand. Now, in this video up here, after he's fired, he goes on to, get emotional. He's emotional about the situation. And he's getting choked up. Let me see if I can bring this to the screen. He's getting choked up about it. And let's see here.
Amidst all the controversy that has come from this video that I posted,
let me turn this up a bit just for a second.
The messages that my students are sending me some of the messages that they've been sending me. During this time. Hey Bessie, I really hope that you see this message. How are you? I hope that you're okay.
Okay, so he's breaking down, trying to read the messages, and it's like, to me, it's a little bit mind-boggling that you don't understand that in this day and age you can't do that. And then not only that, but once they brought it up to him, he doubled down on the fact that he didn't think nothing was wrong with it. But even if there's nothing morally wrong with it, right? Even if there's nothing morally wrong with it, and you come in and you having that done, in a very innocent fashion, right? And you're doing it from a place of love because you love your students. I understand the teacher-student, situation. Me, myself, I'm a basketball coach. So I coach middle school and high school AAU. So I coach basketball. So I understand the love between the teacher, the student, the coach, the player. I understand that dynamic of working with the younger people. I get it. There's a love there that you just can't, you can't get away from, right? You're going to love the children that you're teaching. I mean, I'm a father of 3 sons. I understand. I get it. But at the same time, there should be some sort of understanding in the back of your head at how things are going to look. What way you're going to be looked at and how people might perceive it. You got to be careful with that kind of situation when you're dealing with other kids. Sometimes I play around with the young brothers, and and I, horseplay with him a little bit. But in the back of my mind, I realized that even though those are my basketball players, I still got to be careful with how I play with the students, because these are minors. And in this case, they're young boys, which mean they would be like little brothers to me or little sons to me. And even in that case, I still feel a little bit uncomfortable, just a little bit, just from the fact that these are somebody else's children. Even though I'm their coach or one of their coaches, I can understand how somebody may not appreciate it. And in my personal opinion, I think that's something that he, as an educator, somebody that's smart, and I think they said he's a science teacher, he should be educated enough to know, to see in which direction that this world is in and how that's going to be perceived, in my personal opinion.
Our class misses you so much, and we really want you to know that we love you and we miss you so much and can't wait for you to come back. I can't believe that taking somebody's hair out is such a big deal, and it makes me so mad that people make little things big things. I want you to know that the class and others got your back, and we will always stand behind you and up for you no matter what happens. We got you. Again, we miss you and we love you so much, and can't wait for you to come back. I wish that this never happened, because it feels like we're losing you.
So anyway, that's all I'm gonna play of that video. He responded, reading the comments and all of that good stuff, and basically, crying, and he's heartbroken that he got in trouble for this, and that he feel like the world shouldn't be this way, and that he should be able to, and I understand all of that, I get it, but at the end of the day, man, I always make the statement that when we're young boys and we're in grade school and we coming up, we get showed all the love in the world. Okay, everybody loves us. The teachers treat us nice, principals, everybody treats us with respect and love. But the moment we grow up, the very moment we grow up, we start looking like monsters immediately. It don't take no time for them to go from a smile to a frown at young black men. I understand it. I mean, look at me. Right? When I was a boy, everybody treated me with such love and respect, but as soon as I became an adult, I don't get that anymore. I get looked at like I'm a big old vicious monster. So I understand that. I think he should understand that. Even though it's not right, we have to live in a world that is actually real instead of the world that we want to be real, because you will find out very, very quickly that reality will smack you in the face if you don't move accordingly. Now, I don't think the brother is wrong morally. I don't think he did anything morally wrong. But at the end of the day, you still got to understand that these are people's daughters, these are people's children, and they have the right to be upset when they send their daughters to school to learn and they end up doing a young man's hair. And I would be upset too if I had daughters. But anyway, y'all, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Really appreciate everybody for checking into the video. I'm your boy, Get a Mic. Oops, I forgot I had the volume loud. Excuse me. That's why I hate dealing with these low behind videos. Try to put the round of applause on, and it's like super loud. But anyway, holla at y'all. Much love, peace, and blessings. Catch y'all in the next video.